My pantry is never ever without canned tuna. Today I'm gonna show you 2 different recipes that you can make whenever you think you don't have time to make lunch. If you have sliced bread and canned tuna, all you need is a couple other things to make something so flavorful. So both of these recipes are from my new cookbook. The first one that we are making is a tuna artichoke melt. I love this because it is an open face sandwich, which is my favorite. And it has this awesome like tuna salad vibe, but you don't actually need any mayonnaise and you don't need any oil or even salt or pepper. And it's still so good. So I just toasted 4 slices of bread under the broiler. We are using a brioche here, which is really buttery and lovely, but truly you could use any sliced bread that you love. Now I am just going to roughly chop up some marinated artichokes. This recipe uses a whole 12-ounce jar of marinated artichokes. When you drain them, make sure you reserve the marinade. That is going to act as our like dressing / binder in this salad. It has some oil, some vinegar, some spices, basically a ton of flavor that is gonna bring this whole thing together. And that way we don't need to use any oil or mayo or seasonings. The dressing is kind of taking care of it for us. And with the artichokes, these don't have to be perfect, as some pieces are bigger than others. That's actually a good thing here. It's gonna give our sandwich a lot more texture. Perfect, this looks great to me. Once your artichokes are in there, we are just going to mash it up with a fork, just like tuna salad. Okay, so at this point, I am going to add some of the artichoke marinade. Just start with a couple spoonfuls. This is gonna add some nice brightness and tanginess, kind of like a squeeze of lemon or a splash of vinegar. Now we're all ready to pile this on our toasts. So I'm gonna be topping each of these with a thick slice of sharp cheddar, but if sharp cheddar isn't your vibe, you could swap in a ton of other cheeses. Pepper jack would be really good. Provolone, mozzarella. So now we are going to pop this under the broiler until the cheese is melty and gooey and bubbly. Okay, now we're all ready to eat. This is so good. It's a perfect lunch. I'm gonna show you another recipe now that also uses can of tuna, slice of bread, and it's just as quick. We are making a riff on avocado toast. It's quite classic, except we're adding a can of tuna. I know what you're thinking. This sounds just like avocado toast, but tuna, does it really make that big of a difference? Yes, it makes a huge difference. The umami in the tuna makes the whole thing so much more substantial. It reminds me a lot of tuna salad, actually, more than avocado toast. The avocado, its butteriness and richness kind of mimics mayonnaise in this really cool way. So I've toasted some grainy, seedy bread. I really like that here, something that's kind of dense, but do whatever kind of sliced bread you like. Brioche would be nice. Rye would be nice, anything works. So you just put your fingers on either side of the pit, your thumb underneath, and then you just push up and it just kind of pops right out. It's so easy. Now to take off the skin, some people like scooping it with a spoon. I actually prefer cutting it and then just peeling it off. Now if you have a perfectly ripe avocado like this, it just slips right off. It's so easy. So I'm just adding a big squeeze of lemon. Aim for about a tablespoon, but you don't need to measure it. You can make this as chunky or as smooth as you want. It's really just like a personal preference. This looks great. I like it still when there are like big pieces of avocado. Now, before I get it on my toast, I'm just gonna give it a quick taste. Make sure that we have enough lemon and salt. Now, depending on how big your avocado is, you start with a small one, you'll probably want 2 pieces of toast. If it's bigger, you could go anywhere from 3 to 4. And to finish it off, I am just gonna add another squeeze of lemon, tiny, tiny pinch of salt, and a little bit more pepper. This really just makes all the flavors pop. It's like the best of both worlds between a really good tuna salad sandwich, really good avocado toast. The recipe is on food52.com. It's also in my cookbook. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and come back next week for another recipe from the cookbook.